to Cherry Capital Comic Con 2022 edition. So glad that everybody is here. Welcome to the Gary Reed Independent Creator of the Independent Creator of the Year Award. It's a mouthful. Award presentation ceremony. So we have a little bit of a different twist this year because we have a nominee who isn't present, and we'll get into that in a second. So I'm going to call up the folks that are actually here. Come on up on stage, and we'll introduce them. Our nominees for this year. Come on up first.
Yeah, you're first.
Corinne's always first. Bring the star power. So with us this year, we have Corinne Roberts. And Garrett Gunn. And Joe Command. And our fourth nominee, who is not here with us this year, he is all the way out in London, is Joe Command. So, I want to take a minute before we talk about what's going on with Joe on the screen here, to acknowledge some of the other past winners. Our inaugural winner, Seth Moose, is out in the crowd. And Dan Doherty right next to him. Now we're starting to stack people up. So Casey Pierce and Travis McIntyre aren't here. I'm running through the checklist in my head, but we had last year's winner, Mr. Joshua Warner. Josh is going to be presenting the award tonight. But before we get into that, just a real brief for those who aren't familiar with the Gary Reed Award. I think most of you are, but Gary Reed, who is the publisher for Caliber Comics and who was a force across independent comics in the Midwest and really everywhere. We started a ton of careers and helped a ton of creators get their start. And we honor his memory every year by doing the one thing that we thought that he would give us a very cross look for, and that's name an award after him. But the spirit of the award is to honor people who not only are out there making great comics, but who are also investing in the up-and-coming creators of tomorrow and helping lift them up and pull them along as well and help them get their start. Joe is up in London at, I believe he's at a convention in London. He's at NCM Expo. So he regretfully couldn't be here, but he did send a video because Gary was one of his very best friends, and he wanted to say a few words about Gary and just talk about what the award means to him because and what it would mean to Gary's legacy. So Pat, you go ahead and cue that up.
It's up there.
Turn up.
You can hear it.
For the weekend. So next year, hopefully. I just want to say a few words about Gary Reed. This award for honor Gary Reed for independent comic creators is such a wonderful idea. Gary was. He did so much for so many people in this industry. I always say Bob Burton, who I was his assistant for when I first worked in the comics, gave him my start in comics, but Gary Reed gave me my career. And that was true for so many other comic creators that are still active and working today. Gary believed in this industry, he believed in independent comics. He went out of his way to help people start. And he did that for me. He was the first person to publish me as a writer, as an editor. And then eventually I grew my role with Caliber Group, where I eventually became the creative director of the company and helped bring in a bunch of star creators from today into the company and to the business back in the day as well. Gary was more than just my publisher. He became my best friend, and I miss him every day. And I wish he was still here with us today because he would still be doing what he always did and helping young creators start this business and mentor them to become successful. He was a wonderful guy. He was always, as I said, he was my mentor, and he was great. And just to be nominated for this award in his honor is a thrill to me. And thank you for everyone there at Capital City for doing this award and for keeping his memory alive. Because I think he is one of the underappreciated, I guess is a better word to say, people in this business over the last 30 years. And I'm really happy that he's learning so much for you guys. Thanks a lot. Take care.
So before I bring Josh up, just a little background on the award. This has been a very, very interesting thing to build an award from the ground up. We wanted this award to kind of be a living, breathing thing on its own. We wanted to be able to facilitate it and bring it through to everybody at C4. But we didn't want to have, we don't want to be the influence over it. We don't want to be the ones picking and choosing. So every year, there is a different committee that rotates in consisting of the previous year's winner. We try to pull people from comics retail, from comics journalism to weigh in on the award. Everybody gets some votes on finalists, and then they get to vote on the winner. So we try to make it as even of a playing field as possible. And we open the nominations up to everybody, comic creators and also comic fans alike, for a good 4 months prior to that committee getting a hold of those nominees to select their finalists. So it's a very long process and very driven by the fans and then by people in the industry that are making things happen. The reason I bring this up is because I think it's important to note that everybody that got nominated this year is actually a multiple time nominee. There are a lot of great people working in independent comics, and I think just by looking at these wonderful folks and knowing the things that they do in this industry, I think it's important to note that people are recognizing them out in the community and kind of following them. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring Josh up. Come on up. Last year's winner. I thought it was going to hop. And Josh is going to announce this year's winner. And if you have a few words you want to say, please feel free to.
I won't say much because this is not about me, except that every single person who's been nominated this year is so worthy of this award, and everyone is such an integral part of this industry and this community, and I'm just so proud of them and proud to be part of it, and proud to be a part of Gary's legacy, which I feel like we all are. Everyone who's in attendance here is too. You're all part of it. So thank you so much for being here to see who's going to be the next winner. Let's find out. Excited? Me too. This year's 2022 Gary Reed Independent Creator of the Year Award goes to Joe Pruitt. Since he is not here, accepting this award on his behalf is Mr. Ron Mars, another legend in this industry.
All right, so I'm not Joe Pruitt. Congratulations to you guys. I mean, I didn't get nominated, so you're one ahead of me. I'm not Joe Pruitt. He didn't love you enough to show up like I did. So when I got in last night, they gave me the booklet for the show, and I saw Joe was in it. And I was like, cool, he's my pal, I'm gonna hang out with him. And I texted him and I said, hey, where are you? And he texted me back and said, London. I was like, Ontario? And he's like, no, the other one. So obviously, I'm accepting this on behalf of Joe, who has been a pal of mine for 25 years or so. And all silliness aside, I was friends with Gary Reed too. Gary is was actually the commissioner in our fantasy baseball league. Now Joe is the commissioner in our fantasy baseball league. So I knew Gary. Obviously, his passing was a huge shock to all of us, and totally untimely. But the legacy that Gary left behind includes Joe, includes so many of us. This business is built on people taking care of each other. This is a business that you are in because you love to do it. Not, nobody's in this business for the money and the chicks, because believe me, there's not much of either. This is a hard job. You have to do this job because you love it. Gary loved it, and Joe loves it now. You have a responsibility in this business to help the people that come behind you. Gary helped Joe. Joe is now helping other people through his role at Aftershock and before that at Desperado. I got into this business because Jim Starlin opened the door for me and let me into this business. To me, this award is testament to the fact that we take care of each other, that Gary took care of Joe, and now Joe is taking care of other people. And, you know, in generations to come, there will be people that Joe helped into this business, help them find their footing, help them find their community, up here accepting this award. We pass it down through the generations. So on behalf of Joe, on behalf of Gary, thank you all.
Garrett wanted to know if he could get off stage, and now I think we just need to keep him here and make it off stage. We appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank you, Josh. And one more round of applause for our finalists. Nominations for next year's Gary Reed Independent Creator of the Year Award will be posted up a little bit closer to the end of the calendar year. Keep an eye on our website and our Facebook page. We want as many nominations across the industry as possible. So if you know somebody in comics who is doing the work to help others, please, please, please nominate very liberally and often. You can nominate more than one person. The wider the pool, the better the selection, and we bring you the best of the best. So again, thank you so much for coming out. Enjoy the rest of the show. We have a little bit of time left today, not much on the show floor, and a whole day of Comic-Con tomorrow. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.